Live from the studios of TV3 here at Adesanwe in Accra, I am Martin Asiedu Date.
And I am Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Coming up in the bulletin this evening.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Displaced residents of Germany in South Dai districts of Volta region disappointed after National Disaster Management Organization fails to present them with relief items.
Also tonight, former GIMPA rector Professor Stephen Adai being investigated by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, for allegations of corruption at Roads and Highways Ministry. Makola shopping mall traders demand compensation from management of facility after Saturday's fire. Palestinian children in Ghana protest against what they describe as inhumane and barbaric home life situation. In business this evening, Ghana Revenue Authority locks up Seoul Cement offices over 700 million CD tax defaults. On the international front, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says the blast at Gaza's Al-Ahli hospital last week was likely caused by a missile fired from within Gaza. We're live around the world on 3news.com. We're streaming on Facebook and on DSTV. We are on channel 279. Let's get interactive with the stories we have for you tonight. Beginning with former GIMPA rector, Professor Stephen Adai, is being investigated by the Economic and Organized Crime Office for allegations of corruption at the Ministry of Roads and Highways. The Minister of Roads and Highways has requested EOCO to conduct a probe into the allegations.
Former Rector GIMPA and former board chairman of the Ghana Revenue Authority has been dragged to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. Why is that? Well, the Minister for Roads and Transport has petitioned that organization, essentially seeking a probe into allegations involving the alleged payment of 1 million Ghana cedis by persons seeking road contracts in the company. Professor Stephen Adai made these allegations in an interview on TV3. The roads minister has petitioned EOCO, asking for them to probe these allegations and possibly if there is an organized crime syndicate or gang at this ministry doling out contracts at the sum of 1 million Ghana cedis. All of that should be uncovered. It is possible that Professor Stephen Adai will be invited to EOCO to provide evidence or substantiate these allegations to the effect that indeed there are persons within the ministry doling out contracts and taking 1 million Ghana cedis in return. It's an interesting story. We'll keep a tab on it and trust TV3 to bring you everything.
And now the Office of the Special Prosecutor has filed a motion for the dismissal of an application by former Secretary of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Charles Bissiou, to enforce his human rights. An application for the enforcement of human rights was filed by lawyers for Charles Bissiou on June 14, 2023. Bissiou claims the OSP, by its conduct into a purported investigation of corruption and corruption-related issues about his person and his work as the IMCIM, infringed on his human rights. Now, Lord Edward Sari has more in the following report.
The OSP, in its motion for dismissal of the application, argued that the application is incompetent. But lead counsel for Charles Bissiou, Nana Bafo Eweje, objected, noting that the motion filed by the OSP is in breach of the rules of the court and to a larger extent, the Constitution of Ghana. He indicated that the OSP cannot overstep due process and rules of practice of the court in responding to the application. Presiding Judge, Justice Nicholas Mensah Abudakwi, directed the Office of the Special Prosecutor to file a response to the preliminary objection made by the counsel for Charles Bissiou. Justice Abudakwi stressed that the motion as filed by the OSP does not satisfy the rules of the court and thus urged counsel for the OSP, Seth Ansong, to take a leave of the court to reply those objections as raised by the defendant. The case has thus been adjourned to Thursday, October 26. Lord Edwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
Still watching News 360, and here at your Election Command Center, we are keeping a close eye on all political developments, especially within the NPP, as we build up to the November 4 flag bearer primary. All right, so let's go to this particular story emerging from the camp of the NPP. Former flag bearer aspirant of the New Patriotic Party and former Environment Minister, Professor Frimpong Boateng, believes that Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will find it difficult to win the 2024 presidential election if he is elected as the NPP's flag bearer in the November 4 race. The former Minister of Environment, Science and Technology holds the view that previous pronouncements made by the Vice President make his electoral fortunes challenging.
Delegates of the New Patriotic Party will next month vote to determine who leads it into the 2024 polls, with analysts tipping the Vice President as a favorite. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will come up against 3 others in the race. He topped the Super Delegates Conference and is considered as a front-runner, with Asin Central MP Kennedy Japan believed to be a key contender. Former flag-bearer aspirant Professor Frimpong Boateng holds the view that Dr. Bawumia's past pronouncements could be used against him.
If we are strong, then we leave him and to compete on a level playing field. But then if party people, government appointees, are more or less whipped in line to toe that line, it shows that he's weak and he needs, that kind of support. Lots of pronouncements that he made in the past. His enemies will have to pay those things back. And then we'll see. This is what I'm talking about.
The NPP points out will have it tough to win the December 2024 polls with the Vice President as its flag bearer.
We had a strong political leader, a strong economic person together managing things. And things didn't go well. Now the strong political leader is leaving and only the other one will remain. So it's going to be more difficult for the party.
Should the NPP be given another chance in government at this rate?
The NPP, but not in this present configuration.
All right, so let's speak to Dennis Miracle Sabuaje, who is a spokesperson of Dr. Bawumia's campaign team, or one of the spokespersons for the campaign team of the Vice President. Dennis, good evening. Thank you for your time. Hello, Dennis, if you can hear me, good evening, and kindly unmute for me so we can hear you, and thank you for your time. While you are at that,
good evening.
The concerns raised by Professor Frimpong Boateng, including the fact that Dr. Bawumia is carrying the baggage of the current administration, and also things he said when he was vice presidential candidate prior to the 2016 elections, are currently haunting his candidature. Is that a cause for concern for the campaign team?
Not at all. I mean, those are views expressed by the professor that we completely disagree with. Of course, we are not surprised because it's an internal contest. He's already declared his stance when it comes to this internal contest. He is not a fan of the vice president. He doesn't support him in this particular contest. And so you should expect that his views will be one that would not in any way promote the vice president. But he is not an authority on this subject matter. And so he cannot be taken seriously on this. His utterances in the past few weeks have been one that do not promote this party in any way. It's been one that seeks to divide the front of the party. And for that matter, we do not want to place so much premium on it. Every political party, every politician makes utterances and makes statements. And so if you say that the vice president made certain utterances that are haunting him, for which reason you do not believe he can become the next president, then the question is, how about the former president that has been president before and not just utterances, but has lived the presidency and the people have experienced him and realized what he can do and cannot do, and yet is staging a comeback. The facts are these. The party has a manifesto. The party members and the party people, including the vice president and all other members of the party, have a responsibility to go out there and sell the manifesto, i.e. the message of the party to the people. Now, when you do that, you do not only do that to your personal capacity, you do that on behalf of the political party. And so if Professor Frimpong Boateng, who was given the responsibility to be Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and to bring a stop to Galamsey, was unable to put a stop to Galamsey, and instead of rendering an apology to the party that gave him that responsibility to do it on our behalf, is rather going around and pointing fingers to the vice president, then it's quite surprising. Because
that's probably one of the subjects we'll probably talk about later, having to do with whether or not he succeeded as Minister in charge of Environment, Science and Technology. But to the substantive reason why we called you about as a party member and what he thinks of Vice President Dr. Bawumia, who is gunning to lead the NPP. He, amongst other things, says that, for instance, he clearly is a weak candidate considering the fact that the party machinery has had to be skewed to give him an advantage over the other persons who are contesting to lead the party. And he's not the only person raising that kind of concern. We also know that one of the other aspirants, Alan Kyerematen, also raised a similar concern, and also some other key individuals within the NPP. So how does the campaign team take these kinds of accusations that your candidate is weak? That's why they seem to want to ease everything for him to go through.
The party people are the ones who are going to appraise this insult to them. That you have a party that is made up of venerable members, over 200,000 people, who have a mandate per the party's constitution and legitimately so are going to cast their vote. You are saying that they will go and vote for the vice president, not because they are voting according to their conscience or believe that the vice president can do it, but because they have been whipped in line. That is up to the party people to judge. But so far, he has not given any evidence of anybody whipping anybody in line. And in any case, what is whipping in line? Isn't election and campaigning about influence? Is that not what it is? If I'm going to run for a contest in my political party and I have other party leaders who believe in me and who, for the fact that they believe in me, have gone out of their way to talk to other members of the party to vote for me, what is Q? Are we not voting? Is the party nominating a vice president? Is it not the vote by the ballot? And so they are saying that if I, Miracles, Ekapim North, I believe I'm quite influential in my constituency, I support the vice president, I should fold my hands at my back because Professor Frimpong Boateng is not able to convince me to support him, and I shouldn't support the vice president by asking members of my constituency to vote for the vice president. Is that the point Professor Frimpong Boateng is making?
So you see nothing wrong with how things have played out, and from where you said it is just an issue of lobbying. Is that the point you're pushing? That is your ability to lobby people to support your candidate?
Yes. If you want to run for president and you can't convince people to support you, and all you will do is rather sit on the fence and complain that Miracle supports the vice president, Samia Oku supports the vice president, this minister supports the vice president, for which reason you think it's a skew, then you are a failure.
Right. In wrapping up this conversation, Miracles, how has the campaign been for Dr. Bawumia? We know that November 4 is just a few days away. How has the campaign been generally for the vice president, who's been canvassing for support throughout the country?
Before I come to that, I think I need to land on that point. The point is that the party is running an election. Every delegate has a vote. Every party member has a right to support whoever they want to support. And at the end of the day, it is the ballots that will be cast that will be counted. And so under no circumstance should anyone be taken serious if the person speaks of skewing. It is just jealousy and envy of the vice president by such people who are unable to influence other party members to follow their cause.
All right.
But so far, so good. The campaign has gone so well. As you can see, I am currently in the northern region. The vice president started the northern region today. He's done 4 constituencies already today. Between today and Friday, he'll be dealing with the constituencies in the northern region, and then he would have completed 14 regions out of the 16. And then the rest of the 8 days, he would wrap up Northeast and Upper East region. But so far, so good.
Okay.
The vice president's strategy hasn't changed. It has been one that is focusing on the constituencies and the polling station executives, going to them and giving them reasons why he believes he's the right person to lead the party.
Okay. Dennis Miracles Abuaji, thank you for your time. Certainly, it's part of our build-up here at Media General and all our platforms as we prepare for the November 4 NPP primary to find out who will lead the Elephant Party into the 2024 elections. More to come subsequently.
Right. Let's now focus on some flooding-related issues. There's an easy calm at Gemeni in the South Dai district of the Volta region as residents have still not received relief items from the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. The residents who gathered at a church premises earlier in the day awaiting NADMO officials angrily stormed out after hours of waiting. Judith Brown has more.
It's been over 3 hours since some displaced residents in the Gemini community gathered here in a church room awaiting NADMO to bring some relief items.
We've been asked to go home because the NADMO officials cannot make it today. We are told when they arrive, we will be notified so we can leave. We don't have any options now. Our properties have been destroyed already.
We were not angry in any way, but the situation in which we are now, we need to work hard to settle some things. So when we hear that they are coming for some help, we all ran here to come, but they were not able to come.
If they did not bring any relief item to this community, I think it's going to affect those that were affected by the flood. You see, when this water is overflowing, revenue collectors are still coming, taking their revenues. People even went as far as into their houses to go and at least patch there and sell. They went there and took their revenues. The only thing they can do to help them is at least support them in a little way to tell them that we are with you.
Now, they've been told that NADMO is not coming here anytime soon, and these angry residents have decided to disperse.
Now, contrary to reports that relief items to the spillage-affected victims are being diverted, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, says they are doing targeted distributions. It said priority is being given to vulnerable people, including the aged and children. Now, let's go into the phone lines now. We have Deputy Director General of NADMO, Sejisaji Amedonu, on their levels of coordination so far. Mr. Amedonu, thank you for joining us as always. Now, when we spoke to you last night, you assured us that the people of Gemini were going to get some relief items. We're getting reports that some communities who have been hard hit by the flood are yet to receive relief items. How are you handling this?
Thank you, and good evening to you and your viewers as well. As I speak to you, I'm actually on my way from the South Dai district back to Central Town, where I'm meeting the disaster management team this evening. So we have actually delivered the relief items at Gemini, but we're a bit behind time because we were sorting out a few issues in part of the North Town district before we left. So we got there a bit late currently with the regional minister, and we are just on our way from the South Dai district. So the items have been delivered to the district, but I'm sure by tomorrow they'll start distributing to the victims.
So from Gemini, where else would you be headed towards?
Well, we are heading towards Adidome now. That is the Central Town district capital, where we have quite a number. It is the second place that we have the second largest affected victims are in the Central Town district. They have about 4 safe havens, holding close to about 3,000 people.
Mr. Medonu, in your coordination efforts and engagements with the VRA, we are to expect small spillage. How long is this going to last for, and are you ready for what's ahead?
Well, the information we are getting now is that I think the levels are dropping gradually. But it's just that it might take some time before the spillage actually stops. We are continuing with our response activity and our relief administration until such a time that things will normalize.
Well, before I let you go, there are concerns that NADMO is already running out of stock when it comes to relief items and the help that they need. And they are now relying, or you are now relying on help. So would you support the call for the declaration of a state of an emergency?
Well, there's quite a lot of relief items. Even now, what is happening now is that we are getting a lot of donations from individuals and corporate organizations. What we are actually working on is to harmonize our relief administration efforts so that nobody will be left out, because the greater part of the affected victims, as I've always put out, are living with friends and families in the communities. So getting to identify them and reaching them with relief is so much important to us. So we are harmonizing our relief for bringing in the traditional council, the members of parliament, and even the political parties. We want to be able to reach every individual that has been affected.
And we hope that you are able to do that. Thank you very much for your time this evening. Sejisaja Medonu is the Deputy Director General of NADMO, and definitely we'll be going back to him for updates on the spillage of the Akosombo and Kpong dams.
Certainly, and still on that though, there are some after effects of the flooding. Snake bites are the most common cases being reported in makeshift health centers, which are serving as flood-affected communities following the Akosombo and Kpong dam spillage. The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar Boaje, after visiting some affected areas, tells TV3 that the situation is currently under control, but there is the need for systems strengthening.
The Ghana Health Service says there is no disease outbreak yet, though it's on alert for cholera, diarrhea-related diseases, and malaria. The spillage of 2 dams has raised concerns about disease outbreaks in displaced persons due to contact with contaminated water. According to health authorities, there is need for additional logistics deployment in the area as it focuses on preventive service approach.
More logistics will be needed. Just coming from Bapa, even though they are all well, there's an urgent effort to just do a medical screening for them to ensure that they are all okay. I mean, those who are hypertensive, we give them medication. We're not waiting for a situation where we call it imminent health danger. I believe that the systems are working, and we'll continue strengthening it until such time that this whole crisis will be over. For now, we are not seeing anything significant apart from a few places where there were a few snake bites, which had been resolved because of the congestion and the possibility of contamination of water and spreading of diseases. That's why we have brought them all this infection prevention system.
He emphasized that despite the lesser impact on other areas compared to the districts in the Volta region, all affected persons would be attended to.
3 districts in Eastern and 3 districts in Greater Accra, the community what has not affected directly move them out of their community, but we are disinfecting the community and the area they live, giving them opportunity to be able to wash their hands more often, advising them not to go near the water or walk through the water or take that type of water for you. So we believe that if we continue this way, we should be able to avert the catastrophe.
Over 26,000 people have been displaced in the Volta, Eastern and Greater Accra regions.
To some more stories tonight, the Palestinian embassy says its people will live and fight for its legitimate land of Gaza with pride than to cowardly flee. Palestinian ambassador to Ghana, Abdul Fattah al-Sattari, accused the Israelis of having no respect for their human rights.
Women, I want to ask, this is children and women, they are Hamas? Why they killed them? Why they kill the children 6 years, 7 years, 1 year? Why they kill women pregnant? Why? This is the international law? This is the justice? This is the human rights?
Palestinian children in Ghana protesting against inhumane and barbaric home life situation where they have been slain and many killed in a conflict that seems to have no end in sight.
The Israelis think at that time that the older will die and the children will forget their country, Palestine. But the fathers teach their children the geography and the history of Palestine. And these children, believe me, one day they will have information about this conflict and about Palestine more than me. Because this is our right. We have very strong believing with our history and geography.
On October 7th, Palestinian militant group Hamas attacked Israel, killing over 1,400 Israelis and taking over 220 soldiers and civilians to Gaza as hostages. The Israeli military have also killed 5,000 Palestinians in Gaza through air and artillery strikes in response. Hospitals are in dire need of food, water and fuel, and protests worldwide have erupted over the Palestinian conflict, with the Palestinians resolute in their claim to legitimacy.
Free Palestine! This conflict will not stop without Israel stopped its occupation to my people and leave our lands. We don't like the occupier. Without this, the conflict will continue, and the struggle of my people will continue too.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
And we have details of how all of this is playing out in the international news segment, which is later on in the show. Away from that, there is a significant drop in armed robbery and violent crime cases, particularly in the high-risk areas due to the new policing system. The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, made the observation when he led his team to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission headquarters in Accra as part of the service public engagement.
The Inspector General of Police highlighted his administration's extensive outreach, visiting 92% of Ghanaian communities, allowing for tailored solutions to meet the specific needs of the public.
Even though we continue to provide security the way we do it, but with the festive period coming, the level of security needs to be improved, needs to be bigger than that, because people are even going to travel from far and near to the capital, far and near from across Africa and across the world to the country. So they must be protected in a manner that when they go out, beyond all the people in the country being feeling safe, comfortable, our visitors too, when they come, they also feel safe and comfortable. By next week, all the regional, all the division, all the districts are also going to embark on this engagement.
The Amir of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission of Ghana, Maulvi Mohammed bin Silla, praised the IGP for community engagement and expressed public satisfaction with the police performance. He admitted being moved to tears while watching the IGP's accounts during his appearance before the Parliamentary Committee investigating the leaked tape.
You, I believe, with the immediate assistance of our senior officers here, have really done a very good job. You've brought respect to bear on the police service. You have surveyed the sinking image of police service. And over and above that, you've succeeded in letting the people of Ghana feel the presence of the police service. I almost shed a tear for you when I heard you speaking before the committee. And you presented your case. It was so emotional that some of us almost shed a tear.
The police engagement started last year at the national level by the Inspector General of Police, together with some members of the Police Management Board.
This is still News 360 on TV3, and still to come. We're taking you to Makola, where the Makola shopping mall traders are demanding compensation from management of the facility after Saturday's fire. Details of that and more right after this.
We're going to demonstrate to you
the superior properties of Flamingo paint. As compared to other paint brands on the market, we take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh breath.
I want fat me see way.
The patcho bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me Jidi say we use Kel 360 toothpaste. Some kind.
Kel 360 toothpaste.
Gaskia. Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasan. Kile hosen. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
Hey, you will see so feeling when you Kel 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Kel 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's do some more stories tonight. Traders affected by the Makola shopping mall fire outbreak claim that the disaster is as a result of poor management. The facility they contend faces heavy congestion, poor ventilation, and accessibility challenges due to its lack of major renovation. My colleague George Queening reports.
The traders are counting their losses after the Makola shopping mall fire outbreak, destroying items like jewelry, perfumes, cosmetics and wigs. Over the years, the traders have raised concerns about the facility's management, leading to the anticipated disaster.
6 of us, again, their things are burned this year again. Their things are burned last 2 years, and this year again, they are among again. Where did they want to start? I lost a lot of money, more than 400,000 Ghana cedis.
They
are only concerned about the revenue they generate from us and not our welfare.
Paying rent ranging from 4,000 cedis to 8,000 cedis yearly, traders expected more from MMC Property Management Limited, who are managing the facility on behalf of SNIT.
The whole place is choked. The staircase has been given as a shop. There is no place to pass. When you are passing, somebody's apata is there. There is no ventilation. You can even see it. All these containers.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association leadership, while sympathizing with its members, criticized SNIT for creating a ghetto-like and poorly structured market for traders.
For SNIT to put up such a structure is unfortunate. We don't know what informed them to put up such a structure. And then I was even surprised that the fire service were able to come here to even put the fire off. The whole place is not well structured.
Guta leadership and MMC Property Management Limited executives engage in a heated argument over a potential compensation package for traders. You shouldn't accept it. Acting Managing Director of the company, John Appiah, has been credited with supervising certain infractions at the facility.
This has developed over time, and with hindsight, that conclusion could be made. It was purely to take care of their safety needs, which led to this situation.
Currently, there are no immediate plans for compensation for these traders, but rather a decongestion of the facility.
If management is doing their work properly, I think we will not get to here.
2 years ago, there was similar fire disaster at this very spot. If recommendations were made, I'm tempted to believe that they were not implemented. The fight against market fires appeared to be a Herculean task. Hopefully, this is the last of its kind. George Queenan, TV3 News, Makola.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for business, and clearly because of how cash-strapped the country is, the Revenue Authority are on the heels of all the companies, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Just closed down the offices of a cement company that owes it over 700 million cedis.
That's a lot. Why you wait?
A lot. We have the details for you now. Good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Obedu. Straight into our first story, as the Ghana Revenue Authority has locked up offices of Seoul Cement in Tema for defaulting in its tax compliance between 2019 to 2023. Speaking to the media, head of the Accra Central Enforcement Unit of the GRA, Assistant Commissioner Joseph Annan, said the company owes the state more than 700 million cedis.
The Ghana Revenue Authority Task Force, led by the Assistant Commissioner in charge of compliance, Monday afternoon, locked up the offices of the cement factory based in Tema.
You work for the business, is that not the case? And you have received this document. You are just signing that you have received it.
Although management of the factory pleaded for more time to comply, the task force, following instructions, went ahead to close down the factory until further notice. Head of the task force, Assistant Commissioner in charge of compliance, Joseph Annan, explained the need for the closure.
They owe VAT, the levies, CIT, interest, and they even suffered penalty for misleading statements. All that totaling 709,686,828.35 Ghana cedis, pesos, sure. And all the internal processes have been exhausted. All the notices have been duly served. So we came here this afternoon under the instruction of the Commissioner for Domestic Tax Revenue Division. We have sealed off the place. If they are able to mobilize enough funds to settle the debt, we'll open for them.
He warned all other companies in default to do the needful.
Now, it appears calls by market watchers for government to lower interest rates on T-bills have not been heeded to, as government's latest Treasury bill auction recorded an oversubscription of about 26.9%, with interest rates hovering around 33.3%. There is more in the following report.
Banks happen to be investing a lot more in Treasury bills now, more than ever, as a means of recovering from the impact of the domestic debt exchange program. Bank of Ghana's monetary policy report revealed the short-term debt instrument to be the largest component of bank's investment portfolio, with its share increasing to 51% in August 2023 from 17.8% in August 2022. The choice to invest more in T-bills, however, comes at a heavy cost to the private sector.
Because it is much easier and much rewarding to buy treasury bills, then the same money they would have unlended to the private sector, they will put it in treasury bills. So private sector is crowded out. Literally, they are lending to government through treasury bills. So private sector is going to find it difficult on two grounds, either to borrow at a very expensive rate or to not to get access to credit at all.
Some market watchers argue that T-bills are currently government's only source of funds to meet its weekly refinancing obligations. However, Dr. Richmond Frimpong, a financial analyst, holds a different view.
If you look at the taxes side, there is a good uptick. If you look at the oil receipts, it haven't become so bad. And so there are a number of channels or handles that the government can concentrate on so that it will not require borrowing. With the domestic debt exchange and all the things we have done, the interest payment have brought in savings in excess of $61 billion. So that means that one of the greatest disruptors of the receipts of government is being managed. And so government actually has a breathing space. There is some fiscal space the government can operate from.
With the increasing interest rates, it seems government will not hold back the decision to borrow from the treasury markets at very high interest rates, although it also implies debt accumulation. Will government see the need to reduce treasury rates and resort to other means of raising funds which will not harm the Ghanaian economy? Time will tell. Menu Aful, 3 Business, Accra.
The Petroleum Commission has officially launched its flagship event, the Local Content Conference and Exhibition, LCCE, in Accra. The LCCE, since 2014, has been a platform for stakeholders to discuss recommendations and strategic action points for enhancing local content in the upstream petroleum sector. The event is to commemorate the 10th anniversary since the implementation of the Petroleum Local Content and Local Participation Regulations 2013, LI 2204.
We think that the Commission should start looking at an Africa local content conference and exhibition, which challenge we've accepted. We want to start working towards it. But I must say that it's been good for Ghana, it's been good for Ghanaians, but we do not stop there. We want to go forward a lot more. We want to drill down a lot more.
The CEO of the Commission, Egbert Fable Jr., highlighted the significant progress made in implementing local content and local participation.
A lot has happened. At present, job role localization, for example, we have done between 70 to 80% against the backdrop of what is in the law, that there should be an incremental replacement of qualified foreigners with equally qualified Ghanaians. And I must say that we are between 70 to 80%. We want to do even more, but we realize that there are also some structural challenges that we have. For example, our technical institutions need to introduce the right courses.
Over 1,000 participants convene annually to discuss critical issues aimed at fostering sustainable local content growth. The theme for this year's event is 10 years of local content in Ghana's upstream petroleum industry, achievements, challenges, and prospects. And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. Up next is sports.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN, just for you. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
You have 10 voice messages.
Kofi George, it's your father. I've called several times. My medicine is finished.
Kofi, it's your mother again. Pick my calls, why?
Life is good for you today, but tomorrow may be different.
I was told to contribute to the SNIT scheme, but I refused. Now I depend on my children for my needs. It may be late for me now, but you can choose a better path.
Do not end up like Kofi George's parents, always depending on your children to care for you. No matter the work you do, register and sign up for Seed from SNIT for old age pension, invalidity pension, and survivor's lump sum benefit for your dependents. Take control of your future. Ayodachio, Fano Personal. Contact SNIT for more inquiries. SNIT. We deliver on our promise. T's and C's apply.
The overall best student goes to Kwame Boateng.
That's right. Get a TV.
Surprise!
Wow. Enjoy the best quality sound with TCL Soundbar. Always buy the best from TCL. TCL inspires greatness.
Every solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
Welcome back. It's time for sports. Yao Ofosulabi is standing right here in front of us, looking dapper. What's happening with sports? There's some violence here.
Yeah, some violence at the Dr. Kwame Kyei complex yesterday. Kotoko took on Nations FC. And, you know, Nations playing at Brankese and Kotoko in Kumasi. And it's not too far away. And so the Kotoko fans made their way there a lot. And then they were aggrieved about certain refereeing decisions, and so they broke chairs and threw the chairs on the pitch.
That's unfortunate.
Exactly, really unfortunate. And
I think they should be Kotoko should be concerned about drawing with, you know, a first timer in the league, and then you are not. You give
it's one of the reasons why they're upset. Let's get into the sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosulabi. Now, a budding rivalry between Asante Kotoko and Nations FC ended on a sad note. In vandalism right before the end of the game. My colleague Wille Shen has the rest of the story.
With Asante Kotoko leading 2-1 in the dying embers of the game, the hosts, Nations FC, were awarded a penalty. Some fans, presumably there to support the Porcupines, did not take the decision too well. They reacted by breaking seats and throwing them onto the fairly new pitch. The game eventually resumed with the home team converting the penalty to make it 2 goals apiece. However, part of the stadium was left in poor shape after the final whistle. Dr. Kwame Kyei, the owner of Nations FC, condemned the act.
What happened yesterday was unfortunate.
If Kotoko fans were not pleased with something they saw, they should have allowed the officials to work according to the law. But for them to destroy chairs and to be throwing water on the pitch was unfortunate.
Sure. The Ghana Football Association is yet to release a statement on the incident.
On some more stories now, and Kwando Heart of Lions came from behind to record a 2-2 draw against BBN Gold Stars earlier today in the Ghana Premier League. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Here comes the free kick. Drilled in solidly, straight in front of the goalkeeper, dropped the ball in front of Alex Asso. Can he bend it around the wall? He does! Oh! Easy does it! Into the 18-yard box. It's an opportunity to get back into the game. Oh! But this should be it! Eventually, Heart of Lions got curled in nicely and drilled in. Yao went down. And then a quick reaction from Heart of Lions. They're back in the game!
Or 2-2 impressive scoreline there for both clubs. Now to some more stories. And the inaugural African Football League kicked off this weekend, starting from Tanzania as Simba welcomed Al Ahly. Three other games took place this weekend. Here is a recap of the African Super League.
The opening ceremony of the inaugural African Football League was a colorful event as 8 of the best clubs on the continent looked set to battle for supremacy. The opening match was graced by FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who officially launched the competition.
Enjoy the African Football League. Asante sana.
Tanzanian giant Simba had the privilege of hosting record CAF Champions League winners Al Ahly in the opening game. It was an enthralling match which saw both sides go head-to-head. In the end, the game ended 2-2. PSL reigning champions Mamelodi Sundowns showed their class in Angola, beating Pedro Atletico by 2-0. Nigerian side Eyimba couldn't take advantage of the home crowd as they succumbed to a 1-0 defeat to Wydad AC. TP Mazembe were 1-0 victors at home against Esperance Tunis thanks to a goal by Sheikh Fofana. The second leg of the quarterfinals of the African Football League is expected to be played this week on October 24 and 25.
Behind by Mamish. Terrific hit there.
Right, so on that note, we end the sports news this evening here on News 360. Don't forget there will be Sports Station later tonight at 9 p.m. My name is Yao Ofusilabi.
In a minute, yo! It's on my nephew! Wow! This place has changed, yo! Yo, Adra, look at you all grown up, yo.
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo.
Hey, sister, we the wap Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, na me shrink quite fast.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie. It's delicious, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcate. Happy smile.
solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Welcome back. It's time for entertainment, and Joan Noella is here, or Noella Donko.
Either way, there's a Noella in there.
Right. Stonebwoy is in the news.
Yes, he is. He's doing some amazing work with his Fifth Dimension album. He's been on tour since October 1st, and he's looking to wrap up this weekend.
Right.
So, yeah. Let's get into some entertainment news here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, reggae dancehall giant Stonebwoy has been on the move all summer with his Fifth Dimension album World Tour. Now, Stonebwoy sold out the Docks Music Hall in Germany over the weekend and is expected to climax a tour in the UK in the coming weekend. Here are some highlights from the Germany event. Stonebwoy has won the hearts of many music lovers worldwide with its artistry and energetic performances. The Fifth Dimension album World Tour, which began on October 1st, has entertained many. Over the weekend, Stonebwoy touched base with the people of Hamburg in Germany. The final lap of the Fifth Dimension World Tour is in the United Kingdom, scheduled for October 26th to 29th. Well, on to some more stories. After weeks of competitive nationwide auditions, 16 finalists have been outdoored as contestants for this year's TV3 Mentor. Now, judges say Mentor Season 12 will go down memory lane as one of the best shows, looking at the quality of talent selected. The search for Ghana's next biggest music superstar is on. 16 musically gifted talents have been unveiled to symbolize the start of another exciting season of TV3's flagship reality show, Mentor 12. The next The next 13 weeks will see the poised talent treat Ghanaians to some exciting musical moments as they battle it out for the irresistible package at stake and bragging right. The 2023 Mentor would have 3 judges, Kewa, Kwabena, and the boss of Links Entertainment, Richie Mensah.
Every contestant was made it to the next round. Listen, stay focused, put in a lot of effort, and I believe that the sky will only be the beginning of greater heights to climb.
Being a musician is a serious job that you must take as serious as doing, brain surgery. If you can't take the job serious, then you stop. Our job is not to have fun. Our job is to make people have fun, which means you have to rehearse, you have to be ready, be disciplined, be on point, be training like you mean it. Okay? Don't believe the hype. The real world is tough, it's difficult. I hear so many musicians becoming depressed because they didn't expect it. They were outside looking in and thinking that they were just coming to grab a mic and sing and make money.
Well, 16 contestants have been adored. I'm sure that you have found your favorite in there, so make sure you start voting for them by dialing *713 *13# or download the TV3 Reality app from Play Store or App Store. That's it for the entertainment news segment here on News 260. My name is Nwela Donko. I'll be handing over now.
Let's now do some international news.
UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says the blast at Gaza's Al-Ahli hospital last week was likely caused by a missile fired from within Gaza. He says British intelligence believes the explosion was likely caused by a missile or part of one. And he tells the House of Commons the misreporting of the blast had a negative effect in the region. Hamas blamed the incident on an Israeli strike, but Israel said a misfiring Palestinian Islamic Jihad rocket from within Gaza was responsible. Britain's findings are in line with conclusion reached by the United States, France and Canada. The Nigerian government has won a case in a British court that has overturned an $11 billion arbitration award made to a firm following a dispute over a failed gas deal. The award, first made in 2017, then increased in 2019 to include interest, amounted to a huge chunk of Nigeria's foreign reserves. Monday's ruling is part of a protracted legal battle between British Virgin Islands-based firm Process and Industrial Development Limited and the Nigerian government.
There's more international news on 3news.com. That's it for the news tonight. My name is Aisha Yakubu Khalid.
My name is Martin Nasiedu Date. Ghana Tonight comes your way at 10 p.m. Do make a day. Have a good evening as always. Stay positive. Bye for now.